Businesses all across the planet are looking to make connections with people. Well, guess what? Divine Connections magazine is helping businesses not only walk in their purpose and passions, but to get connected to their potential. That's right. You've got to connect to your potential, and you can make it happen now because it is time to know your worth. As you get connected to people all across the planet, Divine Connections magazine will make it happen. And get featured in the magazine today and get your copy now, because there's no other time than a divine time to get connected to Divine Connections magazine.
Hello, this is gospel recording artist Johnny Ruffin Jr. from Lewiston, North Carolina, just letting you know that I have a Christmas CD out entitled White Christmas. Please go and download that CD on any digital media outlet. Also, I have some great gospel music that I have created throughout the years that will definitely be a blessing to you and your household. Thank you for your support. God bless.
Terrell Goodman is the CEO of Tsmf Consultant and Management LLC, a veteran-owned and operated family business that offers professional services for veterans. This company operates with a group of associate members with an average of 38 years of hands-on experience in their respective professions. They are committed to the highest principles, standards, and values to assure each client's success. To find out more, contact Tsmf Consultant and Management LLC today. Just call 877-365-0817, extension 104.
Great day, everyone. This is Deloris Williams with Divine Connections. Hope all is well. Make sure you like and share this broadcast. Divine Connection is a magazine that comes out quarterly in print as well as online. We connect with different businesses, entrepreneurs, pastors, authors, anyone that's doing something great in the community. We have one more issue left for the year that will come out in December, and I would love for you to advertise your business or your ministry in the last quarter of the magazine. You can connect with me for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com or text 336-338-8903. Awesome. So how do you stay connected with Divine Connections? Go to our website and join our email list so you can stay updated with the news of what's going on. And you can do that at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. We also have our Facebook page at Divine Connections Marketing, our Instagram page at Divine Connections, one word, and then our YouTube channel, The Divine Connections, where you can subscribe and click the notification button now so you can get the updates and notification of when Divine Connection is on and what is going on. Awesome. So next on our agenda, our quarterly magazine is here. So you can get your copy at divineconnectionsmagazine.com/subscriptions. And also it comes digital and hard copy. So whichever option you would like would be phenomenal. There are a lot of resources, connections, and different things in this magazine. So I encourage you to go and connect and get your copy of Divine Connections magazine. Okay. A couple of more things. If you would like to be on Divine Connections show, we do sponsorship. You can do, if you have a 30-second commercial, we would love to have you on here and share your good news. It's a 3-month agreement, so we can continue to spread your good news. And the more people that see the opportunity that you have and your products and your services, the more they will be apt to connect with you. And so if you're interested, it is a 3-month agreement, and it will be on before or after the interviews. And our interviews are Wednesdays between 3 and 6. And I would love for you to be a part. Okay. So if you have any questions, make sure you email divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. Also, if your business needs, or your ministry, or you have a book, or you're a gospel artist and you need a 30-second or a 60-second commercial, that is one of our services as well. So we can provide that service for you. Again, you can email divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com, and we look forward to hearing from you. Last but not least, so excited that my book is here, and it is called The Key Connector. And this is how to build an empire helping people. And I would love for you to get a copy of the book. Again, that's by myself, Deloris Williams, and it's called The Key Connector: How to Build an Empire Helping People. And you can find that on Amazon or at the link below. All right, awesome. So that's the Divine Connection news we have for today, and we have a very special guest in the house. Miss Bernadette Foster is here, so we're gonna bring her on in. Welcome, welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing good, doing good. Awesome, awesome. So share with the audience a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
I was born in Birmingham, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I've moved quite a bit throughout my medical career.
Mm-hmm.
So some of those places I've lived is Atlanta, Georgia, New Orleans, um, Pittsburgh,
Mm-hmm.
Memphis. So I've been on the go.
Awesome. So in your travel, what have you discovered as far as your business or your ministry?
Well, what has happened to me, like I think has happened to many, many people, in this current time that we live in this season that we live in, I think a lot of people have started a journey of discovery.
Mm-hmm.
And initially, it seemed like everything was fine, everything was okay for you to just get up in the morning, get ready to go to work all day, come home, pooped out, that's it. And what I am discovering for many other people, including myself, is that
Mm-hmm.
we wanted to find out what else is there to life.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I started asking myself, I'm like, God, there's got to be more than just this, because this ain't it,
Right,
you know?
right.
And so just that simple question started me on a journey to discover our true roots as a human race, as a human being, and discovering my gifts, which automatically gives us a sense of value.
Mm-hmm.
And many of us, since we don't know our gifts, we're at a loss.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what we haven't assigned a value to ourselves. We're allowing society to assign a value to us that's not working out for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's not working out for us. And especially, I would say, especially as women,
Mm-hmm.
it's really not working out for us because it's positioning us to be considered to be less than
Mm-hmm.
or to be lower than. That is my opinion. And that is based on just looking at the history of women and what women have had to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's, in a nutshell, is what kind of got me on this path.
All right, awesome. So let's get into detail about the path. What is it exactly that you do?
Well, I am a business owner,
Mm-hmm.
and I am actually a revenue cycle manager. I am a small business owner. I assist doctors in revenue generation.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But that is part of what I've discovered about myself.
Mm-hmm.
I've discovered that I am gifted to help women by sharing um, my personal experiences.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I hear from a lot of women that are in their teens, 20s, and 30s
Mm-hmm.
is that more mature women, they feel like it's kind of done a disservice, that they have not been that person that they can trust and that they can come to and trust for their guidance.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just in the process, as I discover myself, as I discover more and more about history, there's always something new to learn. in sharing that information to empower women. And let me just say this. I think that in many, many cultures, has become shunned to continue to learn. I think that you need to always stay open to learning more and more, because when you close yourself off to knowledge, it's like you're literally cutting off limbs, because you're not continuing to circulate. Information and knowledge is not continuing to circulate within your being.
Right.
And so I think that has done a huge disservice to many people.
So you're basically in the process of discovering different things as your journey go on, and what have you helped other women to discover in this process as well?
Mainly to discover their gifts so that they can learn to value themselves more and assign their own value. One of the things I am discovering as a certified life coach, like I referenced earlier, since women are allowing the community, society, the country, politics, whatever, to assign us value, it has literally created a picture of us that is not us. Who society says I am, who society recognizes me as, it's not the true person that I am. And so what I do is empower women and give them that strength and that ability in learning more about themselves to be able to gain value and esteem. The lower your self-esteem is, the less accomplished you feel, the less empowered you feel, the less confident you feel. And people are capitalizing off of that. People are capitalizing off of those low vibrational feelings. And it means that you end up attracting the same thing over and over. And that also is one of the things that I discovered, because as I continue to meet people, I noticed that I continued to meet the same person, the same type of person, but they were in a different shell. And I made that observation, and I was thinking to myself that it seems like I just met this particular person 2 weeks ago, 1 month ago, 1 year ago, and it's like, this is the same person. And these little questions, in my experience, are divine inklings to provoke you to start asking more questions, to start delving into uncovering your true person, and to gain that self-worth and to gain that self-esteem. Once you start empowering yourself, gaining that self-esteem, gaining that confidence, it's a game changer.
Yeah.
Because then you get to design your life based on that new information.
Yeah.
And one of the things as a certified life coach is, at least another thing, is what I find in many cultures is a refusal to let go of limiting beliefs. Well, my mama said, my aunt said, my grandmama said. I get it. We are in a time now that we have evolved past that old information. That's just like we're getting fresh downloads of new information. And that's just like if I walked into a store now with an AOL floppy disk and said, let me, download this information. Can you imagine how limiting that information is? That's not to say it's wrong. That's not to say it. Can you imagine?
Wow. Yeah.
Instead of tapping into the divine cloud-based system that has access to all information at a higher level.
Yeah.
So I just want to provoke women especially to look beyond the limiting beliefs that have been passed down, that this, start questioning those things. Okay,
Mhm.
they said, one of the famous ones, money doesn't grow on trees. Well, honey, the last I checked, you need money. So
Okay.
when you marry that money doesn't grow on trees concept, you end up limiting yourself.
Mhm.
You have to start thinking, you know what? Money grows on trees for me.
Mhm.
Start flipping it. Flip your perspective.
That's right.
Money, everywhere I walk, I see money. Money, money, money. Money's coming here because, as we all know, money is a tool and a resource. It's an energy.
Mhm.
You get to utilize it while we're in this third dimensional realm,
Yeah.
and it affords us comfort.
Mhm. Wow. So I was gonna ask the assessment tool that you use. Is it
Mhm.
just questions, or do you actually have an assessment tool?
I ask questions in my sessions. What I do is I have to gain clarity of what it is that you desire. Where do you see yourself? What do you
Mhm.
want to learn? What are the key issues that you're having? And some of my clients, like I said, with the lack of value being top of mind and self-esteem, self-image issues,
Mhm.
speaking with them, and they're going on and on about all of these different situations, but what we don't initially see is these are just the symptoms of a bigger problem.
Mhm. Mhm.
You're attracting this particular type of person because it's a gauge to show you where you are.
Mhm.
Once you identify where you are, then you're empowered to make those changes and say, you know what, it's time for some changes. It's and because that's where I was like, you know what, I'm tired of seeing the same person
Yeah.
over and over and over. It's time for me to do something different, do something new. And that's the other thing that I find, that change has been literally demonized in some cultures.
Mm.
When you say change, nope, 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 nope. But just think, if nothing changed at your job, you
Mm.
never got a pay increase, you never got a certain title, a certain position, you never gained an additional degree. Nothing changes for you.
Mm.
You have to let that concept go and say, you know what, change is good.
Mhm.
I love change. I embrace change. Come on, change. Come on in here,
Right.
change. Come sit down, change.
Right.
It's about changing your entire perspective.
Awesome. Do you work with groups or just individuals or both?
Individuals, mainly at this time, individuals. I was in the process of expanding to groups. That was last year, 2020, and we know what happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I do personal coaching sessions with mainly young ladies. It is my belief that I can add the most value to women and to the lives of women of any age. So that's kind of my lane now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Awesome. So, from your experience of working with women, give us
Mhm.
maybe two examples that stood out to you that someone's been through the process, and um, what the results were, maybe. With
One
you.
of the women that I'm currently working with, she was having, of course, a situation, I mean, a traumatic relationship situation. So she was telling me all of the details of the situation, and I'm just listening. And she's like, I don't know what my gifts are. I don't know what I'm here for. I don't know this and that. And I told her, I said, excuse me, just in listening to your conversation, I know what your gift is. And she's
Mm,
like, what? What? It is a game changer. I think if more people knew their like I said, their gifts, it leads to you deciding what your function is in society.
Mm-hmm.
And once you discover where I fit in, it opens a lot of doors.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people, of course, are choosing mates based on very superficial parameters.
Mm-hmm.
And and as they have these awakenings in life, as things change, because inevitably they do, that's when then it becomes huge problems, because it's like, okay, I thought you were one person, but you're another person. I thought you were just the little quiet, humble teacher. And then when the quiet, humble teacher discovers her gifts and how she can add more value to people, she, becomes this evangelistic, gifted
Mm-hmm.
person. And it's like, oh, I didn't know that about, this person. That's not what I desired as a for a mate.
Mm-hmm.
So I think honestly, and I hate to keep harping on it, but I think honestly it is essential
Yeah.
that people discover who they are, how they function, because like I said, it opens up a whole new doors of opportunity to meet people you never thought you
Yeah.
would meet, that you would know.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, if someone wanted to connect with you and allow you to help them through this process, tell them how they connect.
They can connect by going to mymentor.life. I trained under Tony Gaskins, and he is a phenomenal male coach. He coaches women and men,
Mm-hmm.
but he also trains us so that we know what it is and how to identify, the different areas that people need to develop in,
Mm-hmm.
and how we can add true value to people's lives. You book a session. My specialty, like I said, is self-esteem, self-image, and also there's a lot of health challenges that are going on in the community. I like to help address those because they're also impacting our self-esteem,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes you feel like less than, because the value that you did assign yourself is mainly, it has a sexual component.
Mm-hmm.
It has an outer, I have big butt, I have big boobs, I'm valuable type of deal, when the true value is on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
You've locked it away. So in my sessions, you get to tell me what areas you want to work on, what is important to you about your life story. Let me also say this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we've also evolved past the free advice from Auntie Nim
Mm-hmm.
and Nana Nim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not to discount what anyone went through. So please, audience, don't take it that way. But there are trained individuals that will not judge you. Because believe me, when you go to Nana Nim with all of this stuff going on, and then you decide, you know what, I think I want to go back to this situation, blah, 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 there's going to be a level of judgment there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to judge you. Everything that you decide, it is your decision. You decide.
Mm-hmm.
But I assure you, a lot of the things that you were settling for before, because society said nobody's left. All girl, all them man shelves are empty. No, ma'am, doesn't exist. It's just something that society says so that men can gain access to women. So in order for them to gain access to women, I've got to put them down in this little compartment. I've got to compartmentalize them. And once you start to peel away the layers, once you start to value yourself more, once you start to design the life that you want, once you start to accept certain truths about myself, you know what? I am not just this woman that gets up in the morning, goes to work and works 12 hours and goes home and poops out. I'm not her. I'm a divine energy that can help other people. That has gifts and purpose and is so important and an integral part of humankind. Once you start to imagine and see yourself as this valuable being that we all are, it changes things.
Oh yeah. I love it. I love it. I know I'm in the process of, just life and the journey, because I've worked the traditional, graduated from college, got good grades, and worked. And I enjoyed work, don't get me wrong. But then when COVID came, I decided to, I was doing part-time work and part-time business. So now
Yes.
that COVID has come, and it came, about 2 years ago, my goal was to transition, because I knew
Yes.
that's more but at the same time, it's kind of like a challenge at the same time.
Yes, it
Like,
is.
there is so much more. Sometimes I feel like I don't think big enough, too, as well.
Yes.
And it's like, it's a challenge, but this is where I want it to be. And I think this is where God
Yes.
asked me to be. But then, finding that next step, that next
Yes.
moment, the next thing you're supposed to be doing, and, discovering all of that and how to do it. And, technology is there to make things easier, having that system
Yes.
and all of that. It's a challenge.
Yes. Yes.
Challenge, but at the same time, this is where I want to be, because at the end of the day, it's like God still provides. It's just like,
Yes.
how you gotta take care of your bills, and but He has provided, and so it's kind of like continue to have the faith,
Yes.
that your God will supply every need, and then He will give you directions on what to do. Because it's like
Definitely.
God is a resource, and I've been working all my life, but at the same time, I've kind of been in the same place.
Yes.
So now that I kind of pushed, past just the routine of working every day, Monday through Friday, even though I enjoyed it, I still think there's more.
Definitely. Definitely. And we've been programmed to think in, like I said, to be in little compartments. We've been programmed to limit ourselves so that other people can capitalize off of our hard work as a human being. Working 10, 12, 14-hour days, hun, that's not normal. I did it. It's not normal, but it's been normalized that once I leave job one, I got to go to job two. I got to go and do, pizza delivery on weekends, and other people are gaining from your energy.
Yeah. Yep. And I used to have the mindset of, okay, now if this person think I'm this good and I'm using all my time and energy, I need to turn around and use it for myself.
Yes. Yes. And like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, look at all these people. It's not a refusal to go back to work. No, people are changing. People are shifting. People are discovering. People are. It's going to be an unpopular thing, what I'm going to say, but I'm proud of humanity in this moment, because a lot of people are making a lot of discoveries. We're discovering a lot of things we've been taught, a lot of things we've been told, a lot of things that have been shared with us have had a lot of half-truths. And honestly, it's led to a lot of unfulfillment. And I think that is why I know certain words you can't say, but the S word, it's led to a lot of S word in think about it, in our society. A lot of people that you never thought would have went that way has done S on themselves. So to me, what that says to me as a life coach, that was because of unfulfillment in this lifetime.
Yeah.
That is because they were living, they were just existing, they were not living the life that they truly wanted to live.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know that a lot of people in the grave, they had all these talents and skills, and
Yes.
maybe didn't get a chance to discover or develop them while they
Yes.
a lot of, young and old people,
Exactly.
and it's not an easy thing, but it's
Right.
possible. So you just have
Yes.
to learn and grow and believe God and keep moving.
Yes. Trusting in that God divine source, trusting yourself to make good sound judgments.
Mm-hmm.
And just because things didn't happen the way that you think, or just because things, got a little wonky,
Mm-hmm.
don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
Just stop looking at failure as a failure. Look at it as feedback.
Mm-hmm.
This is feedback for what doesn't work for my business. So let's see. Let me, shift gears here and see
Yeah.
what will work. Yeah.
Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. All right. So do you have anything coming up that you want to share? Anything happening between now and the end of the year?
Well, I'll be doing a lot of traveling, but I'm still available at the calendar link that you're providing there. So I always make time no matter what. I'm available pretty much Monday through Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm here to help other people discover. And it makes me so glad, so proud that so many people are stepping out there and trusting themselves more. That's just like with this whole crypto and all of that. I don't have a lot of information about it, but I'm just glad to see other people are gaining that knowledge and abandoning some of these old institutions,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, you want to leave us with some encouraging words?
I do. Let me just say this. When you start to question things, when you start to want to know more, do not become afraid. Do not, because a lot of times, of course, when you start questioning things, there's programming in our subconscious that says, oh, don't question that. Just go along to get along.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Start to question. That is the beginning of what will propel you into greatness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Ms. Bernadette, for coming on.
I'm so thankful.
Pleasure's
Thank you
all
so
mine.
much for having me. Thank you.
You are
Your
very
beautiful audience.
Thank you as well. So you guys like and share this broadcast. Thank you so much for coming on and being my guest. And
Thank you.
you are very welcome. Thank you as well for what you do for the community. It's definitely needed to make our women more better and stronger. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to turn it over to our sponsors. Thank you for coming on. So hold tight and we'll be back. This is Deloris with Divine Connections. Make sure you stay connected to the number one divine connector, which is Jesus Christ. Hold tight.
Hello, this is gospel recording artist Johnny Ruffin Jr. from Lewiston, North Carolina, just letting you know that I have a Christmas CD out entitled White Christmas. Please go and download that CD on any digital media outlet. Also, I have some great gospel music that I have created throughout the years that will definitely be a blessing to you and your household. Thank you for your support. God bless.
Hey, we've got exciting news from Divine Connections Marketing Services. Now you can create your own custom video commercial for your business or organization. It's time for you to win. Your product or service is someone's solution, so get the attention of your potential customers now. Choose from a 30 or 60-second commercial today. Just email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com and we can get started. Connect today and let's get started making your custom video commercial now. Divine Connections Magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections Magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections Magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.